Hello everyone, welcome to the online heat power engineering class. So this is unit 4 session 7. In this session 7, let us discuss with the diesel cycle. In the previous session we had discussed with the Carnot cycle and the Otto cycle. So based on that we have already solved the problems too with the session 5 and 6. Okay, in this session let us discuss with the diesel cycle. This cycle was devised by Dr. Rudolf Diesel in 1893 with an idea to attain a higher thermal efficiency with a high compression ratio. So now you know that in a diesel engine the compression ratio is very high. The intention is to attain the higher thermal efficiency. This is an important cycle on which all the diesel engine work. You should remember this key point. It is also known as constant pressure cycle. So you know the Otto cycle is known as constant volume cycle. Why it was called as constant volume cycle? Because heat added and heat rejected in the constant volume process. That's why it was called as constant volume process. But the diesel cycle, it is called as constant pressure cycle, as heat is received at a constant pressure. Only heat is received, not heat rejected. The heat is received at a constant pressure. The engine imagined by Diesel has air enclosed in the cylinder, as we discussed in the previous cycles, whose walls are perfectly non-conductor of heat, but bottom is perfectly conductor of heat. Again, there is a hot body, cold body, and an insulating cap, which alternatively brought in contact with the cylinder, as we discussed earlier cases. So see here, it is a PV diagram and TS diagram for the diesel cycle. The ideal diesel cycle consists of two reversible adiabatic, that is isentropic, a constant pressure. So as we discussed in the first sentence, in the constant pressure, heat is going to receive at a constant volume process. So there are three types of processes. One is two reversible adiabatic, one constant pressure, and one constant volume. And you can see here, this is isentropic expansion, this is constant pressure. So of course, according to the discussion, we can say in this process the heat is received. And next one is isentropic expansion. 3 to 4 is a constant volume. Of course, 4 to 1 is equal to isentropic expansion again, and it will end it with the beginning point. And you can also see this TS diagram, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 4 to 1. Is it okay? The diesel cycle, let the engine cylinder contains m kg of air at a point 1. At this point, the point number 1, you can see the point number 1. At this point, P1, T1 and V1 be the pressure, temperature and volume of the air respectively. That is a condition, initial condition, base condition. Process 1 to 2, the first process 1 to 2, that is constant pressure heating. Constant pressure heating means heat is received. So hot body will come into contact with the cylinder, is that right? The air is heated at a constant pressure from the temperature T1 to T2, T1 to T2, T1 to T2. So temperature is going to rise. It's going to rise. The heat is cut off at a point 2. In this particular point, the heat is cut off. So this point is called as cutoff point. This point is called as cutoff point. Reason is the heat is cut off. Heat supplied to the air Q1 to 2, that is equal to mCp into T1 minus Tp. Why you are added here Cp instead of Cv? Cp is specific heat at constant pressure, because the process is constant pressure. That's why we have added here Cp, mCp into T1 minus T2. What is m? M is mass of the air. T1 is equal to initial temperature, T2 is equal to final temperature. So next, the second process, 2 to 3, here it is 2 to 3, which is isentropic expansion. Adiabatic expansion is also called as. The air is expanded adiabatically from the temperature T2 to T3. In this process, no heat is added nor rejected by the air. So it is nothing but the insulator is going to added for the bottom place of the cylinder. So in adiabatic expansion, no heat is added, no heat is rejected. The process 3 to 4, which is constant volume cooling. Cooling means what? Cooled body come into contact with the bottom of the cylinder. So in this constant volume cooling, the air is now cooled at a constant volume from temperature T3 to temperature T4. Okay. So heat rejected by the air. Heat rejected by the air. So Q3 to 4, that is equal to MCV. MCV, why? Because this is constant volume process. So where CV is equal to specific heat at constant volume into T3 minus T4. T3 minus T4. So the last process, that is process 4 to 1, that is isentropic compression or adiabatic compression. The air is compressed adiabatically from T4 to T1. Again in this process, it is adiabatic compression so that no heat is absorbed or nor rejected by the air. The air has been brought back to its original conditions of the pressure, temperature and volume. So thus you can say it completes a cycle. It completes a cycle. So work done, as usual, you know that it is equal to heat supplied minus heat rejected. So this is equal to MCP into T2 minus T1 minus MCV into T3 minus T4. Okay. So simplify this to calculate the efficiency of the diesel cycle. The air standard efficiency, you know that is equal to work done divided by heat supplied. So that is equal to, the work done is equal to MCP into T2 minus T1 minus MCV into T3 minus T4 divided by heat supplied at constant pressure MCP into T2 minus T1. You can simplify this, that is equal to 1 minus CV by CP into T3 minus T4 divided by T2 minus T4. M is getting cancelled. If M is getting cancelled, what remains? CP into T2 minus T1 minus CV into T3 minus T4 divided by T2 minus T1. If you simplify again this, you can get CV minus CP into T3 minus T4 divided by T2 minus T1. That is 1 minus. Okay. That is equal to 1 minus, where Cp by Cv is equal to gamma. We know that. That is adiabatic index. So the reciprocal of that is equal to 1 by gamma. 1 by gamma means Cv by Cp into T3 minus T4 divided by T2 minus T1. Take it as equation number 1. Consider compression ratio R, that is equal to V4 by V1. Compression ratio R is equal to total volume divided by clearance volume, that is V4 divided by V1. Cutoff ratio is equal to rho, that is equal to V2 by V1. The cutoff point is second point. So what happened in that cutoff point? Heat addition is stopped, cutoff. So that's why the reason it is called as cutoff point. So the cutoff ratio is equal to rho, that is equal to V2 by V1. Continuing with this, then expansion ratio. Compression ratio is over. Now the expansion ratio R1 is equal to V3 divided by V2. That is equal to V4 by V2 because it's a constant volume process. V3 is equal to V4. So that's why the reason instead of V3 we have added the value of V4. So V4 by V2 multiply and divide by V1. What happens? Into V1 divided by V1. That is equal to V1 by V2 into V4 by V1. You can also write it as V1 by V2 into V4 by V1. That is equal to V1 by V2 is equal to R. V1 by V2 is equal to R, that is compression ratio, into V4 by V1 is equal to, yes, cutoff ratio or the reciprocal of cutoff ratio, that is equal to 1 by gamma. So that you can write it as R by rho. It is not gamma, sorry. R by rho, where rho is equal to cutoff ratio. For constant pressure 1 to 2, the process 1 to 2, the path followed by the process is constant pressure process. Here it is according to the Charles law, we can say the relation between pressure, volume and temperature. The Charles law states that V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2 because pressure remains constant, right? Because the general equation what says P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2, where P is equal to constant. So that's why the reason we can rewrite according to the Charles law V1 by T1 that is equal to V2 by T2. So simplify this, you can write T2 is equal to T1 into V2 by V1, that is equal to T1 into where V2 by V1 is equal to what? V2 by V1 is equal to rho, that is equal to rho. Take it as equation number 2. Now for adiabatic expansion, that is 2 to 3, T3 by T2 according to the pressure, volume and temperature relation, PVT relation, we can write for adiabatic expansion T3 by T2 is equal to V2 by V3 to the power gamma minus 1. So that is equal to 1 by R1 to the power gamma minus 1. So this is R, it is a ratio, compression ratio. So that is equal to rho by R to the power gamma minus 1, because 1 by R in the previous slide we have discussed 1 by R is equal to rho by R to the power gamma minus 1, because R1 is equal to R by rho. Therefore, T3 equal to T2 into rho divided by R to the power gamma minus 1, that is equal to T1 into rho to the power gamma minus 1 divided by R to the power gamma minus 1, because T2 is equal to T1 into rho. Simple. T2 is equal to T1 into rho. See, this step is very simple, okay? So it is like, rho by R to the power gamma minus 1. We have splitted it, simple. Rho to the power gamma minus 1 divided by R to the power gamma minus 1. So it is a simple mathematical derivation, nothing else. That is equal to T1 into, so here if you solve this, rho to the power only gamma, because to the power 1 plus 1 minus 1 getting cancelled, rho to the power gamma divided by R to the power gamma minus 1, take it as equation number 3. For adiabatic compression process 4 to 1, from PVT relation you can write T4 by T1, that is equal to V1 by V4 to the power gamma minus 1, that is equal to 1 by R to the power gamma minus 1. So you can simplify this and you can rewrite T4 is equal to T1 into 1 by R to the power gamma minus 1. So here R to the power gamma minus 1 from where? Yes, 1 to the power gamma minus 1 is equal to 1. So divided by R to the power gamma minus 1. Take it as equation number 4. Now you have total 4 equations. Okay. Substitute the value of T2, T3, T4 in equation number 1. So you will get efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 by gamma to the into T3 minus T4 divided by T2 minus T1. This is a standard equation you have. Now add the value of T2, T3 and T4 into this equation. That gives you 1 minus 1 by gamma into T1 into rho to the power, be careful, rho to the power gamma divided by R to the power gamma minus 1 divided by R to the power gamma minus 1 whole divided by T1 into rho minus 1 bracket close. Please verify this value with the previous equations, equation 2, 3 and 4. Okay, yes. So simplify this, you will get 1 minus 1 by gamma into 1 divided by R to the power gamma minus 1 into rho to the power gamma minus 1. Okay, divided by rho minus 1. Rho, because here T1 and T1 getting cancelled. Now, again, if you simplify this, efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 upon R to the power gamma minus 1 into rho to the power gamma minus 1 divided by rho to the power, rho into gamma into rho minus 1. The efficiency of an ideal diesel cycle is always lower than the Otto cycle for the same compression ratio. So this is the equation for efficiency of diesel cycle. I repeat, Efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 upon r to the power gamma minus 1 into rho to the power gamma minus 1 divided by gamma into rho minus 1. And this is the equation we are using to calculate the efficiency of a diesel cycle. And it ended with the session 7. And thank you so much. Let us meet with the next session with the last cycle, that is dual cycles. Thank you so much.